Hey guys. Of course, the minute I go live, my dog is barking because I closed my door. All right, so I set up a call-in number. We're gonna see if it works, right? It should. Do you guys hear music? Kind of like some jazzy music. Hey Dominique. Hey Capricorn. Hey Felita. Hey Cherise. Hey V Love, BBW, Frida, Cherise. You're first one in, girl. You are notification gang. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you who came right on in. Hey, hey, Latricia. All right, let me see what's going on with the dog because my husband actually worked second shift. So, hey, Big Mama's house. So he's sleeping and, well, I mean, kind of sort of sleeping. And then Farrah's in the living room. So, of course, the minute I shut my door, mommy wants me. So can you guys like work on the likes? And I'll be right back. Just give me just a minute because, hey, CMC Johnson, how are you? Hey, Angie. So yeah, just give me a minute. Because did y'all see that live yesterday? You know, I was like, okay. Hey, good morning, DR. Okay, give me just a second. I'll be right back. Mommy, what? Mommy. Stop. Okay. Okay, can you pick it up for me, please? Okay. Do you guys hear music? Hey, Sofa Time. Hey, Miss OKC, Yvette, D. Hey, Reese. Reese, I called you. Okay, so y'all, I had a call-in number anyway, because I always had kind of like a free conferencecall.com number. We used to use that like early on when Tasha and I first started doing lives, and then we discovered Google Hangouts, and then we didn't need it anymore. So then from Google Hangouts, we went to live, what's it called? StreamYard. And I still use StreamYard, but honestly, guys, just some technicalities on my side and how StreamYard converts over. I just was like, nah. It just makes a difference. So I'm, like the straight live streaming from YouTube, like for me is better. But I'll still use it, but I'm not gonna, sometimes you just have to make adjustments, right? So can you guys, I just want to know, if you hear the music, and if so, is it disruptive? Because I've got the call-in number open, and let me see. Let's try it just to see if it works, right? Oh Jesus. Okay, here it goes. Okay. Make this bigger. Okay, let me get this invite thing out. I would say the easiest thing to do all right, we're going to try two things. Okay. I mean, because as soon as I signed in, someone said, are we going to have a call in? Okay, so let's try this. Who wants to try? Some brave soul. Go ahead. I mean, you're only going to get me on the phone, so it'll be fine. Try that, please, somebody. Kels. Reese. Anyone in the chat? 71 people in the chat. 23 people. 23 likes. Hey, Pauline. How are you? Okay, so while Kels is doing that, can we get the likes up? Because I'm sure we only don't have, 70 something likes because some people forgot. So we're just gonna put it like that. Ooh, this is okay. Okay. Kels, are you in here? Can you hear me?
I can hear you on the phone. Yep.
Okay. Oh. Did you turn down your computer?
I don't even have my computer. I'm just literally like on the phone.
Oh, cool. Okay, so in the chat, can you hear?
I don't know because I was listening to the chat on my phone and then I called the number and it took me off of,
straight on in.
YouTube.
Let's get these likes up. Reese, can you hear Kels? Can you hear me? Hi, Shalonda. Thank you so much. I got them done last week. I can hear you perfectly. Okay. So JB, you're saying yes. Elise is saying yes. Reese is saying yes. And yes, I made it work. There is a video capability, but we're not going to try all that today because let's not tempt the waters. We got the phone and that's good. Kels, while I've got you on the phone, so we can maybe just jump right in. You saw the title. Everybody want to be savage, right?
Yeah, of course.
I'm just gonna jump right in. Were you on YouTube last night? Were you on these YouTube streets? Because I was in the bushes.
I was not. Please enlighten me. I missed all the tea as usual.
Okay. Okay. Well, last night, your girl, I'm just gonna say Chrissy, your girl, Starla. I don't know who it was last night. I think it was Chrissy. I think it was. I don't think it was Starla last night. It was Starla for a minute, but Starla wanted to be cute. And Starla started talking a lot about her situation with her husband, her estranged husband, and started spilling her own tea. And she said a lot of stuff. I mean, my God. Girl, I got like notes on notes on notes. I mean, the main thing, okay, so, and I think a lot of us have talked about this week, that she was very unbothered, right? She said she was unbothered earlier this week. I don't care. Yeah, I wish him the best. I just, like, girl, we good. I'm happy. Like, I'm doing my thing over here. And then it went slowly to, I mean, if he was on fire, I wouldn't piss on him. But I mean, homegirl's okay. I don't have a problem with her. But maybe, sometimes when we are in denial, because I did some reading this morning about something in psychology called extreme denial. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, good morning. Hi, Zaya Rose. Gosh, guys, if I miss you when you come in, I'm going to speak to you when I get to the comments. And guys, don't forget to get the likes up, please, 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 because that helps YouTube circulate this live stream. So I was reading something about extreme denial, and it's possible maybe it's starting to settle in what's been happening or what has happened over the last 6 months, year. So, you know how like the stages of accepting like loss too. So sometimes part of it is anger and things like that. So she got really kind of pissed at thinking about and the thought of him moving on in a major way. Obviously, I mean, this is not, I'm saying this because like, really, this is how you feel. I always thought it was strange that she said she was not feeling anything and she was unbothered. I'm like, really? Your whole husband left, he's moved on, has a new woman, has a baby on the way, and you're okay? Okay. And you got
remember like, when she lied, I knew he had a baby coming. We've already talked about it. So, you know, she seemed unbothered still.
I think she was trying to save face. I mean, I'd have been trying to save face. Hey, Lena. I think she was trying to save face because, like, right, she, you know, I don't want to say lied. Maybe you can call it whatever you want. I think it's more so like, hey, guys, we're good. Putting on a good face to make everything seem okay. But you know what? It's funny. Someone who just came in the room, something that was posted by them, by somebody, a family member, somebody mentioned something about it's okay to not be okay. And I think we all know that concept, but to really internalize and say, you know what, I'm not okay right now. I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm this, I'm that. And maybe that's not the conversation to have with a bunch of strangers, but you tell us everything else, right?
Right.
The sooner you can admit to what's going on in your life that's not good, the sooner you can get past it. But as long as you want to lie to you and you lie to other people, it's going to be harder and harder to move on. And that's speaking to anybody about anything that's going on right now in your life. You know, the longer that you kind of tell yourself that the problem isn't there and the problem is there, it's a problem, right?
Yeah.
So let me see. Just 1 second. I had to add okay. So yeah, so that's kind of what was going on. She put out a lot of stuff. I'm just going to go through some of what she said. First of all, like when she met him, I got the impression he wasn't, you know, Reese, try it now. Try and type something, Reese. She said, you know, he wasn't working. And she has standards, but she obviously flexed and bended her standards when she got with him. And I'm not coming from a place of perfection. I'm coming from, number one, this is what happened in the video last night. And number two, have we not all done this in some way, shape, or form? Have we not wanted to do one thing, but we did another? Had we not compromised something? I mean, that's part of life, right? Sometimes compromising. But she, you know, she had flexible standards. She settled throughout the relationship, even when she knew it probably wasn't going to be a good fit. She settled anyway and thought it was going to get better into the marriage. She said the sex wasn't what she wanted, wasn't spontaneous. She dropped the tea that she bought her own wedding ring. Okay.
Wait, she said the sex wasn't what she wanted?
Did I go too fast? Yes.
Wait, whoa. Not the dick addict. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, but she said
the sex was not up to par. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Your husband, where, you know, I mean, look, all of you married folks out there, everyone, I mean, sometimes you meet someone and that one, your husband, maybe it was awkward at first, but over time you get used to each other, you get better. 5 years, she said the sex was not what she wanted. It was not up to, it was not, the sex, not the sex, and not spontaneous. That might, yes, she was coming in and out of Starla and Chrissy, but I think, girl, it's all one and the same. She bought her own wedding ring. He kept
Well, we
saying he was
kinda
going to
already
buy her a
figured that.
ring, and I guess the ring didn't come. But my God, I mean, just go buy like a Walmart gold wedding band, just a plain old
Hey, ain't
wedding
nothing wrong
band.
with Walmart.
You know, some
Yeah, ain't
people
nothing
go
wrong
get
with Walmart.
tattoos.
Yeah, and call it a day.
Some people have used cigar bands, just, you know, something cutesy, but like some people have taken pieces of grass and tied them up and made like, you know, just, it's one of those things that like, I didn't have anything that minute, but when I went out or girl, Amazon, I mean, he could have bought you, Amazon has those, I don't know, those rubber and all different. I mean, you could have bought anything from anywhere over time, you know, over 5 years and lots of stuff later. But you know, whatever, however they worked that out. She said she bought her own ring. I think a lot of us know this who followed Chrissy, is that his mother did not know. And she was talking to his mother. She never met the family, I don't believe.
Yeah, she was married and never met like none of his family.
Yeah, and they didn't know that they were married until she was having a conversation and was like, "Oh yeah, we're married." And they're like, "Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, interesting." She had to tell his family. There was no wedding. I mean, there was a wedding, but it was like a city hall kind of thing. And you know, I mean, hey, that's okay. But I mean, this is what she told us yesterday. She hates him.
Okay, Starla, speak your truth then, sis.
I was kind of here for it in the sense of, you know what? You heal. Girl, get it out. Get it out already, because we've been waiting. You've been telling us everything was okay, and come on. You know,
he's already embarrassed the hell out of her for the majority of their relationship anyway.
Look, have you ever heard of the expression, when I am weak, I am strong? How strong are we when we are weak? When stuff is just all on our back and we still get up, we go to work, we make a life. Even when we are weak, we are strong. There's nothing wrong with admitting that shit ain't right. And it's never going to be right.
Chrissy,
huh? Go ahead.
You know, with Chrissy, she has issues with being vulnerable because she views that as a weakness, and she has this high pedestal that she sits on. That, you know, I'm unfazed because she has this tough girl exterior that she just never wants to break down. So,
look, part of being a bad bitch, part of being a boss bitch, is being able to say, I was wrong, I messed up, I've gotten new information, I've changed my mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. Those are all things.
Right.
Boss bitch don't mean perfect. Okay? All right. Cause yeah, it was just, so yeah, it was a long live. Apparently her mom came to town and looked really good. Came in the bathroom, said hello to everybody.
Oh, she had her mom camera?
Mom came through, said hello, just kind of like, hey y'all, and left. Went out, you know, I guess to, you know, tend to whatever goes on outside of the bathroom, because I'm, you know, focusing on the video. So I would assume she's up to grandma things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, mom came through, and yeah, and then at some point during the live, all of a sudden, somebody in the chat says, he's giving her an engagement ring on Instagram. And of course, I was like, what? I was in the middle of doing some stuff on the computer. I was like, I think I was paying bills. Like I was listening, but I was like into my own stuff and also trying to like get my stuff organized. And I did not see the link. I don't know if, and it looked like someone deleted a link, but I wasn't sure if that was the link. So I don't want to accuse anybody of delete. I mean, if it was for her, fine, you know, whatever. If someone dropped it, I couldn't find it at that point. But allegedly he gave her a ring and they were on Instagram. I don't know if they're on Instagram Live. I don't know if anyone saw it. Chrissy's live from last night. Yes, that's what we're talking about. This is very dangerous for her. Why? Because she needed to find some place to release those hurt feelings. You know what? I'm not knocking her for releasing her hurt feelings, honestly. I mean, like I said, I was waiting, you know what I mean? Like, as a woman who's watching another woman share her life, you know, my goal on here, contrary to what anyone may think, I am not here to bash or tear anyone down. We discuss the videos. This is a channel that I watch like I used to watch damn Scandal. Okay. So you guys take it however you want and think whatever you want. But we're also here talking about a woman who happens to be somebody that we watch. But this is something that's happened to a lot of us, if not all of us, at one point in our lives, where maybe it wasn't a marriage, but it was a boyfriend, where we did one thing when we wanted to do another thing. And then we continued the lie that we told ourselves that it was going to be okay, and continued to create situations in our life where we're just not happy, right? So this is bigger than just Strong Mommy Chrissy. This is, you know, that's to me, you know, she's living a very complex life that's interesting to me. So it's not really just about her. It's about us women seeing a little bit of ourselves sometimes in some of these scenarios playing out. But it doesn't necessarily, you know what I mean? And sometimes not, right? Because sometimes it's like, wow, oh my goodness, I never went through anything like that, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, you guys would only know why you watch. I mean, that's why I watch. So maybe you guys tell me why you guys watch. You know, why do you watch, Kels?
Well, I used to watch Chrissy back in the day before she married Buddy Cuz, and she was this cool girl. She had a bow. Like, Chrissy's personality back in the day was totally different. Like, she had a more positive demeanor. Her, you know, just her interaction, her vlogging was a little more upbeat. She had less arrogance and more like, hey guys, I'm just a single mom. I think at the time she was pregnant with the twins by the time I started watching her. And she just was really like young and bubbly, and she was all saying all these good things, like how she was young and she's cooking for all these kids. So I watched her because she was a single mom, but then when she started dealing with DeMarcus, like her whole demeanor kind of just went from I'm a single mom, here we were, to this like arrogant, I got a husband now. And, you know, she seemed genuinely happy, but, you know, that's when the turning point came in her demeanor. And that's when I realized, okay, something's really different about her.
Mm-hmm. So, well, shoot, that load probably got real heavy. Sorry, guys. My God. That load probably got heavy. You know what I mean? As far as what you're, you know, when you're having to handle an entire household, and now you've got your helpmate, your husband, who, you know, whatever agreements you guys made, maybe is not holding up his end of the bargain, or you feel disappointed that you allowed something to slip, you know, because I don't know. I think she said at a certain point when she met him and they decided to do the thing, she said, you know, well, I mean, he had to be working. Well, she told him, hey, Latoy, she told him, well, you have to be working or go to school. So you got a whole house full of kids. How about work and go to school? How many people go to work and go to school and take care of family?
Right.
Hey, Tamara. So work or school. So he chose school. And I guess, you know how you get, some people get like, I don't know what he had. She said he was working, he went to school and he was getting some money. So I don't know if it was like Pell money, but he was getting some money. And that was, and then maybe a job for a brief moment. She said in the 5 years that they were together, he worked a little bit.
Oh,
She is salty.
wow.
Yes, salty. And not picking, but of course I would be salty too. Yeah. I'm just like, it's about time. Like, tell people the real. Don't tell. You got a lot of women who are looking at you, and I'm talking about from young to 20 and 30 years older than me and you, Kels, who you are telling that, like, I'm good, I'm Gucci. It's all, that's not true.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, I'm not going to say don't talk about it on your platform. Do what you want, but understand when people are like, really? And you're like, well, why can't I be happy? Why can't why nobody want me to be happy? Why everybody want me to be sad? Well, it's not that people want you to be sad. It's more so like, girl, your husband, you just had 3 kids. You just had a baby in the hospital by yourself. You just moved a whole home on your own. You're alone with all these children. It's like, how much can you press down your emotions and pretend to be okay, not be okay, and then have a platform based on single mom realness? And even if you decided, I'm not going to talk about it and I'm going to clean this house and I'm going to do whatever, I would say I wouldn't say, however you deal with it, not to say don't talk about it, but just kind of like you're giving one impression, but the real is actually something very different. So people would see the lack of authenticity, if you will, or just kind of like,
Right.
and then I think it turned a lot of people off because it would also show up as some arrogance. It would show up really nasty. She cussed people out, very bitter.
But let's not forget the number one thing that it turns up as, friend. Her sleeping with multiple men since this has been happening to her. And it playing out on a public platform as such. That's got to be like insult to injury, like on top of your husband leaving you while pregnant and he's with someone else, you've been lashing out by sleeping with multiple men, and it's been playing out in your platform.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to be another like hurt on top of hurt, because even though she has allegedly, I'm gonna just say allegedly, been sleeping with all these different men since DeMarcus left, for it to come out publicly, like it kind of been coming out. And I mean, let's be honest, she put it out there herself, but you got to look at it like that's another form of hurt too. Her using her body kind of as a weapon to kind of ease the pain from what DeMarcus did to her.
Well, not even as a weapon, as really like medicine, just kind of self-soothing, kind of, make herself feel better. Make her, and look, this is any woman. When we do things like that, sometimes it's to give ourselves a little shot of, I'm a bad bitch, feel good, because everyone knows an orgasm is a shot of adrenaline. And if you hadn't been getting that good, she went to Houston and, Mr. ATM, I don't know if he was putting it down or not. But if it was some of that good, she had a big smile on her face making that pot of gumbo. So it must have been something. And, it might have been some medicine, that vitamin D, right?
Right. Exactly. That D, all right.
That D will get you every time. Did you guys do your homework? Did you guys read that article?
My homework, I'm sorry.
We might have to buy that book as a collective of 191 people here, and go through it, because there's a lot of chapters and it might provide some healing to some folks, you know what I mean? And just some knowledge for us ladies, just knowledge, overall knowledge. There's nothing wrong with reading a book, right? But just as we are, we see these complex relationships on these YouTube streets, my goodness. So, it just seemed like, I mean, she was still mad. And the feelings that I wrote down bitter, angry, confused, kind of like, why me? Like, why haven't you come to see your kids? Brown Sugar is stating something that I forgot to say. She said he had a little member. He was a member of the small man's club. Okay. Now I don't know.
You know what, but that could just be her being hurt and just wanted to say that, like, well, he got a little pee-pee. Right. When you heard it bad, everything wrong with him.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I know that we've talked about that before, and you have a whole philosophy around that. That's not a deal breaker for Sofa Time. Sofa Time, that's not a deal breaker for you, right? Because you can work it. Huh?
We let small member people go in my life.
So really? Okay. Because I mean, the word on the street is that they can't work the middle.
I'm just saying, if Chrissy really, if DeMarcus was such a itty bitty member club, then why would she have 3 kids with him? Like, come on now. Like, and this man has left her multiple times and she always let him come back. You think somebody like Chrissy, who kind of uses sex as a weapon, and she already said she can get any man she wants, right?
Any man.
Why would she settle for a itty bitty member and keep having kids with him if he wasn't either doing it right in the bedroom or putting it down? Because we know she's kind of a sex addict. Let's just call it what it is. So
alleged. We don't know that. I mean, she's playing it out on these YouTube streets. So to some, that's what it looks like. But to everybody else, it could just be like a normal, healthy single woman, like a woman who's venturing to her single life from being married. I'm trying to be fair. Where you don't have to, I'm saying, not saying you're not being fair, but I'm not trying to pile on, because I don't, because I'm sure that's what the dialogue will be anyway about what I'm saying. So, yeah.
Well, in the spirit of being fair, him being a small member never stopped her from letting him use his tool to lay a baby inside of her multiple times.
Okay, so, Brown Sugar saying no, Mr. ATM had a little dick. Excuse me. Really?
Oh, okay.
What? I thought she meant her husband did too, but okay. But she still said it wasn't good, so she and Jazz have been saying that.
Okay. I have heard that she has to teach him sexual things on how to please her in the past, and that she taught him basically what he knows, I guess, and now he's probably using what she taught him on Steffi. So
Steffi might like different things, though. She might just be like, "Look, give it to me. Just give it up, serve it up."
I mean, that could be a scenario, or she could be wowed by what he's doing to her from what he might have learned from Chrissy. Like, it's different scenarios on how it could play out, but I just think, it's good that Chrissy decided to get in front of the camera and kind of let it all hang out, because we know she was kind of crumbling on the inside anyway. And, I don't want to knock her for having a vulnerable moment, because we know somebody like her never likes to be looked at as weak. And not saying being vulnerable is being weak, but a lot of people can view it as like a weak moment. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to her for getting in front of her camera and, bearing it all out about how she really feels about what happened. So,
does anybody in here know about that Instagram thing yesterday? Did anybody see anything about that with DeMarcus and Steffi and alleged engagement ring? Hey, True, good morning. And can we get these likes up, guys? There's almost 200. And y'all, it's only at 100. Tuesday, I think when I was clocked out of here, when I closed out the chat, we had it was a lot. And it was only like 200 likes. And I mean, there had been quite a few people through. So if you guys could get those likes up, that helps me. I really do appreciate it. If you're coming through to watch this or dislike it, if you're not feeling this conversation, but you're just in the bushes and, there's nothing else going on YouTube, then hey, but yeah, like, dislike, let your voice be heard. Yes, Sammy Dizzle. Hey, hello to everybody coming in. Don't forget to like. Guys, don't forget to tip your host. We are doing Cash App today. It's Cash App Friday, Kels. Did you know that? Did you know it's Cash App Friday?
I did not.
Well, all of these wonderful subscribers and folks in the bushes and people just passing through. You guys showed up on Monday and Tuesday and, sent me some nice cash apps and super chat. And I want to turn that right back around to you guys. So I definitely confirmed that we already had one Cash App giveaway. So we'll ask a question a little bit later, and we're going to try to stick with that same format. I think it was good to just go ahead and just go to my email and send your response. That way, whoever can email and get it in the fastest and it's correct, that's who's going to win. And yes, I'm going to give you guys my Cash App. Hold on just a second.
Yes, Cash App Friday. Friend, okay, so I have to go ship off orders right now. So I'm on my way to the post office. For those of you that ordered, I appreciate it. I'm on my way to shipping right now.
Yes.
So I enjoyed this. I'm going to be listening while in the car. But hey, you guys, I love you guys. You guys are dope. Friend is like my sister in these YouTube streets.
Yes.
She keep me entertained. Hunty with the tea.
What's he with the tea?
Everybody else. Okay,
yes.
Got that PP. So I'm going to be listening because I got orders to go ahead and ship off. I love you guys, and I will TTYL.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Let me turn that music down, guys. That sexy jazz music. Someone asked early on, were we going to have a call in? So if there's someone else who wants to call in, is this? Okay, there you go. Oops, I did it twice. Brown Sugar, I know you had some extra information. Whoever wants to call in. So yeah, guys, back to Cash App. We're gonna do two Cash Apps today. So what I did last Friday was I asked a question, and based on answer that question, and everybody who wanted to participate just went to my email. And just to give you guys a little bit of a head start, so it's up to you what you guys want to do. It's lovelieslacefronts@gmail.com. I'm typing it into the chat right now. When it's time, get that email out, and the first correct answer will win a $25 Cash App. And then we're going to do a second one. We did get a donation to go to the second Cash App, and I put something else to it, so it'll be two $25 Cash Apps. So just stick around. I mean, it's some coffee money, it's lunch, it's money in your Cash App to give to another. I mean, somebody watching in the bushes might want to turn that money around and give it to Chrissy for me. I don't know. I mean, y'all do what you want with it. It's your money. Guys, who in here did all of you guys watch last night? I mean, I thought it was really, I mean, at the beginning, it was a little bit of a turnoff because, of course, there was like the whole let me put my lip gloss on. And there's never a live without kind of throwing the reactors under the bus. Like, you know what I mean? Just, gosh, if we're so unimportant, why are we so important? You know, it's really kind of like, seriously, like, girl, get a whole nother topic on that, you know? For someone who says it doesn't matter, it seems to matter. But, you know, I do appreciate now the admission of kind of like, yeah, I'm going to say something doesn't bother me, but it really does. So, yeah. Okay. So the reactors, I'm sorry, I'm just testing this lipstick out. Okay. That's more my color. Yeah, so I'm gonna say something doesn't bother me, but it actually really does. I mean, guys, that's not a way to live your life, especially as a mom. When things bother you, when things hurt, it's good to just like let it be known, you know, because people who love you, maybe they can't fix it, and it's not everyone's job to fix us. But the sooner that we can admit and put it out there that we have feelings about something or that we want to change something in our lives, the closer you are to making that happen. The more that we try to make everything okay and sweep stuff under the carpet, you know, I don't think I really have to tell you what that does, right? Well, thank you. This is it's called a star in your own name. Okay, here we go. Let me get this light on. A star in your own name. It was part of like a special little gift pack that I bought from MAC. So it had 3 shades. I'm definitely more of a pink, you know, person. Y'all, and you know, we talk makeup on my other channel. I love this. This is so beautiful. I'm gonna have to look and see if they have any more. And then there was this one. And then there was this one. They all look kind of similar. This one looks a little more corally. But guys, I do makeup, handbags, clothing hauls on my other channel, Francois Vlogs. And that's where we do that stuff. But here we talk tea, we talk YouTube streets. Yeah, thank you. So head on over there at some point, check me out, subscribe. And when I go live over there, I usually post a vlog once a week, and then I'll have other stuff mixed in. But yeah, guys, what did y'all think about that? And does anybody want to call in? I set this number up. You guys have been asking for it. Here it is. Y'all, let's do this. Let's see. So one question I had, so she said she bought her own ring. Y'all, I'm just wondering, did he ask her to marry him? Does anybody know about that? Did you ever get your package? Yes, I got my package, Sofa Time. True, if you're in here, I haven't gotten mine from you yet. So I guess I can just track it or something like that. I'm sure it's on its way. Mail just might be slow. Do we know? Janae, you're saying yes. Are you taking calls? Yes, I definitely am. Hold on one second. Let me put the link. You can click on that link and it's going to take you right in. So she bought her own ring. Did she ask him to be her husband? You know, I'm sure that does work for some people. I'm sure it has, and I think watching me, if any of you guys have watched me for any period of time, and again, this is not specific to just one person. I think that, we were talking the other day. Hello? Let's see. Let me put the sound up. Oops. I got you. Hello?
Can you hear me, friend?
Yep. Who's this?
Okay. Shanae?
Hey, Shanae. How are you?
It's good. I'm at work right now, so I took my 10 minutes.
Okay, good. What did you want to talk to me about?
With the whole Chrissy thing. I feel a couple ways about it.
Okay.
With her, my biggest thing is the whole accountability thing. I don't feel like she ever takes accountability, and I get it. You don't want to come across as weak or whatever, but why can't you just say, hey, I'm having a moment. Hey, this is not going on in my life. Like you said, she tells us everything else. We literally know everything else because she puts it out there. So why can't you just say, instead of, oh, he, because she did this with several other people, it wasn't just DeMarcus. Why can't you step away and say, okay, you know, I'm not as perfect. I do this wrong. I have this flaws. It's never that with her. And that's what bothers me, because Chrissy used to actually be really enjoyable to watch until she wasn't. So now it's just like the arrogance takes over and it's just distasteful. So that's just my take on it, because I've seen a lot. And I'm not saying DeMarcus is right, because any man who just leaves his kids, you effed up, period.
Right.
But sis, you're not the only woman that has went through things. I was in a situation where I was left. I wasn't married or anything, or I don't have any children. But I was in a situation where I had put my all into a person and they walked away. So I get that part. But it's so frustrating hearing her talk, and it's just all this arrogance instead of like, you just say, you know what, I'm having a moment. Today's not my day. This wasn't it for me. Or, you know, honestly, I'm not weak, but I'm vulnerable. It's just always pointing the finger at everybody else, including the reactors. But when you want to stop and step back and say, listen, I'm not doing things right at all. Like, or I could be doing this better, not just for me, but for those 4 little girls I have that are looking up to me. You know,
it does make a difference, because I think that as women and just people in general, I think sometimes we always want to put up a stiff upper lip. You know, we don't want to appear weak, as you mentioned, which there's nothing wrong with that, because like I said, you know, there is a lot that's been written about weakness sometimes being a strength. I mean, or obviously turning weakness into a strength, but just at the moments that we are weak, oftentimes we're very strong, you know, and because it takes a lot when you are not well, when you're not happy, when you're emotional, when you're in your feelings, it takes more strength and ability to get it together than it does when you're happy, right? When you're happy, it's like effortless, right? When you're not good, it's hard. And that doesn't make you weak. It actually shows how strong you are. But when you constantly deny yourself the opportunity and the healing to admit what is real, like, I'm not happy. You're not the business. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing as a husband. So it's making me not a good wife. When you can admit the real, you can either make it better, or it's just time to say, you know what? Let's call this thing quits, because you know, it's like it's living a lie. It's living a lie, basically, you know?
And it's just really unfortunate, because when I started watching Christy, she was still married, and he didn't look happy at all. You can just see, anytime I would see him, he always looked miserable or looked like he didn't want to be on camera, just not really here for it. But I started watching her when she used to do those grocery hauls, because I love that type of stuff. I'm a Costco fanatic, so I just love when people do those huge hauls. So I really effed with her. I was like, oh, okay, this girl's good, you know. I like how she is and how she interacts with her children. Like, I really do enjoy this content. And then as soon as he left, understandably so, she was extremely upset, extremely hurt. And it was a lot of content based on him. And we were like 9 months later, the content is still based on him, and I get it. I understand you're hurt, but at one point, you have to be like, okay, you know, this man can't be the center of my focus. I gotta do something to revert and get back to me. And I think Chris really needs therapy. We used to joke with it before in the chat, but you know, I think this girl with her, and I really do think she's a sex addict friend, just my opinion. With her antics lately, it's just been like this. Like, pull it together, because this ain't it. You have 4 girls. And I understand if you want to be that bitch or whatever makes you feel better. I get it. But these little girls, you're older to be a preteen. So what's going to happen when she goes back and Googles your name and all of this stuff pops up?
I'll be like, if you Google my name, don't you dare.
Right.
You are not allowed to Google mommy's name, okay? Don't do that. But yeah, this is a different world. Yeah, and kids are Googling their names, Googling their parents' names, you know, like, are we on the internet, you know? So yeah, that's interesting.
It's disappointing because, you know, it's just like, I understand, but I don't agree with a lot of it. So it's just like, and I hate how a lot of her fan base supporters, whatever you want to call them, will come at the reactors and be like, oh, you're bringing another Black woman down. Have y'all seen the past BS she's been doing for the last few months? This been bringing herself down.
Well,
like,
you know,
let's put this out.
I was watching Amanda Seales, she's got a YouTube channel, and her and Issa, is it Issa Rae? No, Issa from Insecure. And they were having a live chat, like a Zoom, and they were talking about the costs of being a boss. And you know what? At the end of the day, sometimes as a boss, you're kind of not always in charge, because when you are running something, understand you don't run everything. You got to get willing participants. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if I say I'm a boss of this house, okay, I got to get my daughter in line. Okay, the dog has to cooperate. When I'm like, mommy, I'm going live. Quiet down. Right. You know what I'm saying, Lord? Farrah, mommy's getting ready to go live. Daddy's in there sleeping. If you need something, go see him. Mommy's going to have her door shut, because normally, you guys know, I don't normally close my door because we're in the house. My husband's at work. But today's Friday, so I get to shut my door. So, but I set the expectation. I'm not the only boss in this house, but at a certain, at a certain time, I can say, hey, this is what's going on, guys. But am I in complete control over that? No. You set the expectation. If you need a man who's going to do his part, what in the world? You let it, I mean, man, go get a part-time job. You can't go to a part-time job and go to school. You can't support this family. Issa Rae. Yeah. I was thinking Ray, but for some reason I was thinking I was wrong. But they were talking about, being a boss, and being a boss sometimes means that you're not always in charge, because our job as a boss is to create, to manifest, right? For those who are relying on us. So the tastemakers, the industry leaders, the corporate executives, they're not in there answering the phone. Hey, this is customer service. Can I help you? They are out here making deals. They are getting money. They are buying buildings. They are creating opportunity for us to have, to share in that wealth, to share in his vision or her vision, what they are trying to do. So we're not always in charge, but you have to set the expectations of what you want, what you need. And as a wife and a mother, there's always going to be opportunity there. So, she got to step into her life. You can't just expect, because I'm here, it's all going to happen. You got to open your mouth.
I do believe she's not in full control of that. But I also believe she set the stage for a lot of this. I'm not
of
excusing
course
that man's behavior at all, because I'm like, any man that can just, like I said, I have no respect for that. You up and leave your children, no matter what Chrissy put out, whether it's true or false. We know from just seeing videos here and there, and I don't even really watch Chrissy like that, but the videos I have seen, it's been months since you've seen your son. There's no excuse for that, period. I don't care what she's putting out about you. You need to see your kid. Bump her. So I don't believe, that's okay at all. I'll never excuse that. But I'm just like, sis, you gotta pull it back, because right now you're all over the place. There's no clear direction on where Chrissy is.
Like as a channel, like we don't know as a person. I mean, maybe I'm sure as a channel and as a person, it's a clear direction. Because keep in mind, guys, we are looking at things play out on a channel. Keep in mind, and I'm not saying that her stuff is not real. What I'm saying is it's a channel, and we don't know what is and what isn't. We know what was in that video last night. We know what was in that live stream, and it probably is a true depiction of what is going on in her life. But in terms of like maybe her master plan, I don't want to say that because we don't really know. But yeah, she hasn't given us a a clear indication that like, girl, are you okay? Like, do you know what's actually like, what are y'all doing? What's your plan for your family? What's your plan for yourself? Like, how are you moving on? I mean, obviously she's doing her lashes. She's living every day. But I think I said this like 2 weeks ago, guys, take control of your life before your life takes control of you. And this is like a clear kind of, situation where life has taken control of you, where you're, where like, how someone loses control of their car, like the brakes go out and now the car's driving you. Right. And you're trying not to hit a tree, and you're trying to not hit that lady walking a dog across the street. And you're like, but gosh, the check my brakes light was on the other day and I knew I should have took it in for maintenance. Why didn't I fix it? What's going on? Right. I mean, this is a clear sign of, this is kind of what happens when we don't take care of ourselves and don't take care of situations as they come up.
I don't know. I've just grown away from her channel, because for me, I don't like the whole rants and, oh, I'm that bitch and all you kind of are beneath me kind of attitude. No, I'm not your kid. Don't talk to me like that. So I don't prefer that. But when I see clips of things, like I saw some of the lives the other day, I could tell that most of that was based off of her feelings, and I get that. But what can YouTube do for you as far as that? What you need to do is take this off and go and actually get some help, some healing. YouTube, all they're going to do is talk about it. Even your supporters are talking about you. So it's just like, take this off, go get some help, and really tap into how you feel. Don't go into this, I feel that, and he ain't. Okay, we know that he ain't. What about what are you going to do to move forward to better yourself for you and yourself? That's all I'm saying.
And she's admitted.
Right now, I feel like she's real stagnant.
Right. She said a couple times before, guys, I messed up. I was looking for love in the wrong places. I didn't make a good decision. If I were telling my younger me, I would do something different. Like, especially to some of you younger, ladies out here. I would say wait. I would say, she's had some moments where, but everyone doesn't always catch those, because those aren't the lives that are like, look, let me vent. Those aren't always the ones that everybody is showing up to. So sometimes maybe they're missing a little bit of those tender moments when she's really telling us what's on her heart, rather than trying to kind of like stake her claim, and make her presence known on these YouTube streets. Because it's just kind of like, look, the more you grow, the more you get popular, you're going to have You're going to have enemies. You're going to have friends and enemies, or you're going to have people criticize. You're going to have critics. Forget about criticizing. You're going to have critics, right? Because you are entertainment. This is a YouTube channel. This is not, we're looking through the pages of your diary. You know what I'm saying? This is a YouTube channel. So you are here to entertain. And if you provided the entertainment, that is your feelings, emotions, your personal relationships, understand that you're getting scrutinized just like Mary Jo's cooking channel. You know what I mean? Like if people don't like what Mary Jo cooks, she might not care because she's like, you don't have to eat it. Well, that's what she needs to take, that same attitude. If you don't like how I handle my relationships, oh, well, you don't have to eat it. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to whatever. I mean, she can, but like to be mad because I've got an opinion on what I'm watching on your channel. That's like a waste of your time. That's not being a boss. Being a boss, what you should know is that it's good to have people love you, and it's good to have people who question you.
Right.
So
that was just my little take on it. I just thought I'd call in and give my little 2 cents.
Yeah, thank you, Shanae. It's nice to talk to you.
It's great talking to you too.
Yeah, maybe next week, because this is going so good right now. But I have a theory of what happens after an hour, and definitely after an hour and a half. So we're gonna make this keep going. But maybe next week we'll do, the winners will call in. So whoever calls in first with the right answer, maybe that's how we'll do Cash App Friday next week. But thank you so much for calling. I don't know who else wants to call in, but don't be a stranger, and I'll see you down in the comments, girl. Thank you.
Yes, you will. Bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, there's that funky jazz music, y'all. Okay. Here is the number for whoever wants to call in, guys. Everybody wants to be a savage. Does anybody have a comment on that? What do you say? So I guess what I was thinking last night, I'm like, I don't know if she asked him or not. But she said that they were together for 5 years, and I can just imagine she's going through a world of hurt. But you know what? It's an opportunity. Move on. I mean, I'm not saying you have to move on and your content has to move on. All I'm saying is it's an opportunity for you to start to move on just in your own mind, and you start your healing, because rather than telling everybody that you're okay all the time and you're not okay, now that you've said you're not okay, now you can kind of, move, start the healing so you can move on. But it's just really interesting. I wrote down a list of people who have done her wrong. DeMarcus, we can even say Steffi, but she says she's not mad at Steffi. But it seemed like you're mad at her last night, potentially. She's having a baby with your husband. Not cool. That's gotta sting. You're very disappointed for your kids who have not seen their dad. Someone doesn't know their dad. Olivia put you out on Front Street. That was not good. Hey, how are you? Let me put the volume up. Oops, I always keep doing that. Sorry. Hello.
So I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna talk really quickly because I'm out in the stores.
Yes.
My baby boy's 4th birthday, so I'm out in the stores getting stuff for his little party later.
Yay!
As far as what Shanae was saying about Chrissy's accountability, I feel the same way. Chrissy doesn't take any accountability whatsoever, and I feel like Chrissy can inspire a lot of people. By the things she's not going through, nothing none of us, like you said, haven't been through before. And by sharing her stories and actually growing and learning from it, if she displays that, her true feelings and how she's moving on in a positive way to be better spiritually, mentally, physically, just all around better. If she displays that, I feel like her channel will boom even bigger than what it already is.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't take any accountability. She comes on and she says little things like, if I could tell my younger self, but then it goes off to, I'm that beat.
Mm-hmm.
The arrogance overweighs the taking accountability. And for me, I started watching her when she was pregnant with the twins, because it's like, okay, single mom,
yeah.
I was single. And I could relate to the struggles of her going to work and having to come home and deal with the kids and side hustling. I could relate. And then after a while, it was just like drama after drama after drama. And like, this girl she's not elevating mentally.
I started watching too recently some of those older vlogs that you're talking about, and she had like and hey, this happens with motherhood too. I mean, sometimes your effervescence kind of goes just a little bit, but she was very bubbly, and she seemed happy, even though sometimes she was very tired. I could imagine going from 3 kids to 5 kids was a lot.
But for me, regardless of what she was facing, because she had issues with her brother, she had issues with her sister. Regardless of what she was facing and the issues with the baby daddies, she was elevating. It's just like after she got with the Mark, like she just stopped elevating. She stopped elevating mentally, and especially when she hit a certain amount of subscribers and realized, okay, I no longer have to side hustle. I no longer have to do this night job so that way my kids can get the best Christmas, because YouTube plus everything, all the other checks I get in is enough for us to survive.
Right.
Now it's just like this arrogance that I just can't take anymore. For me, I've been through a lot to the point where because of the man I chose to have kids by, my 2 oldest suffered from that. And they were taken advantage of. And at first, it was just like he. Until I went to therapy. And I was just like, once I got into therapy, it was just like, damn, it's all me.
Right. Everyone has a level of responsibility.
I would have seen certain things. I've seen red flags of abuse, and I ignored it. It's all me. I took accountability. It took me to take accountability for my kids to be able to grow out of what we went through. And it's been about 2-3 years now since all of that has happened. And I tell you, my kids is in a better place mentally. I'm in a better place mentally. Because she needs to deal with her inner self first.
Right.
Because until she does that, she's hurting those kids way more than what she thinks.
Yeah.
They might think fine now because she's buying them toys and they're happy that they're getting what they want. But when they're in their teens and they're in their adults and they start to have adult relationships, it will affect them.
Well,
especially
kids watch you.
And those little boys.
Yeah, they're watching. Like how we operate is how our kids may navigate. Okay. Because they're watching us. We're showing them what it's like to adult. So when they start adulting, they're going to adopt things that they liked, and they're probably going to be like, whatever to the things that they didn't like. But there's some things that, if your kids think you're cool, which most kids do find their parents interesting and they love their parents, they're going to start doing things the way you do it. Because how many times do you say to yourself, I do this because that's what my mom did, or that was how I was trained. That was how I was raised.
Or I don't want to do that because that was done to me.
Right. Exactly. I didn't like that. So
I don't want to do that. I don't want to raise my kids that way.
Right. Exactly.
They notice and they see, even down to the baby, even down to Blaze and Junebug. She might think they don't understand and they don't realize, but they understand. Even while those babies even while little Onyx was in her stomach, he was feeling all those vibrations she was going through.
Right. The energy and the low energy or the sadness.
When I was going through everything with my youngest two's father, my daughter was only 1. But there's certain things, even though I try to put up a strong face in front of them, she knew when I wasn't happy.
Right.
And she would come over and she would hug me.
Aww.
Because she sensed she couldn't talk for nothing. She couldn't talk. She was only 1. But she sensed it.
Right.
They feel it. Like the energy is different. They can feel the energy. So they can feel the vibration. My thing that I don't like about her situation is just how she just throws it off, and it's like, my kids are fine. Y'all, they have a roof over their head. I see them. It's like you're doing the bare minimum. You're supposed to do that.
Right.
How about them mentally?
Well, she hasn't fixed her.
I don't see you out. Huh?
She hasn't fixed. I wouldn't say fixed herself, But she hasn't, like yesterday, she just kind of admitted, and she may have admitted this before. This might just be new news to us, but you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. If you don't see a problem, how do you fix a problem? So if she really didn't realize until like, I'm kind of freaking bitter. I'm mad. If she didn't really realize that, then it's kind of hard to fix something that you're not even acknowledging.
But she does that though. It's a pattern with her. She goes through this thing where she'll admit, she'll come on and she'll say, you know what? I should have seen it, this and the third, and then she'll come on and I'm that deep. Y'all can't say nothing to me. It's a pattern that she's constantly doing, and she's been doing for years.
Right.
She's like, okay, how many times after going through technically the same situation are you going to actually sit down, realize, dig deep within yourself and analyze what's going on? Go back all the way to your childhood and figure out, why am I continually doing this to myself and to my kids? Until she does that, it's gonna always be the same pattern over and over again. And she uses her body. To get over one, she goes under one. Right.
And it may be that she gets to a certain point of like reality check, or just kind of like, okay, I see what I did. But sometimes you have to like live in it for a minute, rest in it, soak it in, and then work it out.
Sometimes it takes God or whomever you believe in to actually knock you on your face for you to realize. Because like I said, that's what happened to me. No matter what signs God showed me, no matter how many times he put it in my face, I didn't want to see that. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And maybe even for you, knocking me on my face for me to realize that. For something as far as like DCS getting involved because of him and his false allegations, and my kids being threatened to be taken away off of what a lunatic is saying. For me to realize, okay, pause, stop, look at yourself, figure out what is going on here. Yeah. And it wasn't a pattern for me. I never dealt with anybody that crazy before. This was my first time, and I swore I would never allow it to happen again. Yeah, you have to be vigilant, and then also just, you have to, like I said, I was looking up something today called extreme denial, and just kind of the psychology behind people who just absolutely refuse to see the facts as the facts. Even the facts to them say something completely different, because they refuse to change their mind, because they have not so much of a belief, but they believe that person, that situation so much that even in their face, they just don't see it. And sometimes we can even do that to ourselves, look at, there's lots of, things that we suffer from sometimes, where it's like, dysmorphia, things like even like anorexia, where people, they don't see what they look like, or even some people who suffer from very extreme cases of obesity at 600 and 700 pounds, and they haven't gotten up and walked 10 feet in 3 years. They know that there's a problem, but they don't see themselves even sometimes as big as they are and as in trouble as they are. They just don't see it. Okay, I'm going to be listening on the other end. It's my turn in the line. Well, thank you for calling. Right, thank you so much. Okay, take care. No problem. All right. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Okay, guys. Let's see. So in my email, I'm going to put it in the chat, because it's time for CashApp, guys. It's time for $25 CashApp. I'm going to put my email address in here.
Okay, we've got someone named Anonymous. Hello, Anonymous. What do you say? Okay, so Anonymous, thank you if you didn't have anything real to say. Okay, guys, I just put my email address in the chat. I mentioned earlier, and if you saw the live yesterday, there was someone, an adult, who came through to say hello to everyone. If you know who that was, the first person to email that answer to me will get a $25 Cash App. Please include your Cash App. If you don't do it right away, I'm not going to ding you for that. So I'll just have to answer you back and ask you for your Cash App. But get me that email ASAP. Okay? If you know who that was, who came through with the come through. And guys, no, hey 2K, no giving answers in the chat. Please let's not ruin it. Okay? Maybe the person who's talking can reach out to Chrissy as a friend. You know what, Deborah? That sounds like something, but you know what? Honestly, that's not going to fly. If you were going through some problems and you were expressing yourself out here on YouTube and you had the audience that this person has or any other person has, and one of your subscribers or someone who has been even more so in a reactors chat discussing your channel and you just like don't even get down with that pisses you off, they're not going to be receptive to that. Like no, that's just as much as Chrissy's going to entertain a phone call from me. She don't want to hear from me. I mean, I'm sure that there might be some things that speak to her that I say, because I know that there's, she is aware of my channel. However, I don't know that she's going to be reaching out to me for some advice. I think that at the end of the day, oh, thank you, Aunt. Now these are some different. These are just like cheapo lenses cheapo from Amazon, but they did the trick. So yeah, people say, oh, you reactors, why don't you just reach out to some of these channels? You can just go talk to them. I'm like, no, I don't want to. Like, we're using Chrissy as kind of like a case study at this point, but this is bigger than just her. I mean, this is stuff that a lot of women go through. There's women in here in this 160 people right now who are going through something, have been through relationships in the past where they denied their feelings when they were done wrong and they decided like, no, I'm okay. And then it shows up in the next relationship. You knew not even so much that you were settling, because sometimes I don't want to say settling isn't is not good. Sometimes we also have to reconcile, like, look, I'm looking for perfection here. Am I really, I want a billionaire, but am I really going to find that guy? Am I okay with someone who is a great earner and someone who is going to provide for me? Can I strike billionaire off my list? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes we have to just get real with that list of criteria that we think we want. But in terms of must have a job, I think that that's kind of like basic. And that was probably one, when you let that one go, you probably started letting some other things go. Also, the fact that we do know that DeMarcus had 2 other kids before you two got together that he left in a similar fashion. So we also know that he's been consistent in his relationship, in the way he manages relationships, because you're not the only woman that he has fathered children with and walked away from. So that also goes to us believing for some reason we've got that super punani and he's not going to do me the way he did the other one, right? We believe that box is a superpower, and it's not. I mean, at the end of the day, the superpower is you. The superpower is you. The superpower is how you, that whole vibe, the vibe that is you. That's the superpower, not your box. Okay. If only you're be small. Hey, STL, how are you? Hey, cows, you should have heard the male coworkers. So, guys, I do have a call in, and you're welcome to call in. Let me check and see if we have any winners of this of Cash App Friday. I hope someone participated. If you participated, can you put a thumbs up in the chat? Is this okay? Oh, okay, y'all. Okay. So you guys are awesome. Okay, so we have several came through. We had Frida, Courtney, Beaker Patrick, Rachel, Sheena, Shamak, and let's see. I'm going with the first person that emailed. Is that her name? Yes. Okay. I was like, cat. Okay. I didn't know what you put in here, but yes. So in the subject line, Frida was the first one. She came in at 12:53 and she says, Chrissy's mom. Courtney, you were at the same time, you too, Beaker Patrick, but Frida's came through first. Just to show you guys that I'm honest. I don't want to give out anyone else's name. So yeah, Frida, can you send me your, I'm just going to say, okay. All right. I just sent you back a note, Frida. Send me your Cash App address, please. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. That's showing loves here. I am STL. I am. Did you watch the live yesterday? I know you were busy at a certain point when that live came on, because I think I was watching your live when that live started. Did you watch Chrissy's live? Do you have any opinions on that? Let me put anyone who wants to come on, it is Freestyle Friday. And we're just discussing, what happened last night, but also just in a bigger context of, I don't know, sometimes in that effort to be like savage, to be like that boss. I mean, when boss happens, like there's a cost to be the boss. Being boss is not just like, I'm a boss, guys. I mean, there's a lot of responsibility. And also sometimes as a boss, you're not always in charge at that moment. You're creating, you're manifesting, you're building. And then you have people on your team that actually do a lot of that heavy lift for you. And if you put the wrong people on your team as a boss, whose fault is that? Is that their team? Is that your team's fault? For building the wrong team, for hiring the wrong folks, just as much as you want a husband, a husband wants a wife. And if you pick the wrong husband for you and he picks the wrong wife, how long do you stand in that? I think we've got a call, guys. Let me see. Okay, Frida, I think you're trying to call, but I'm not sure why. Okay, Okay, Frida. Hey, how are you? Let me drop this other. I think you came in through two things. I'm going to drop one. Hopefully I don't drop you all together, but let's do that. Okay, I think if I drop you, call back. But are we good? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. How are you? And congratulations. I will cash app you as soon as we're almost done. Just because I'm, this is a one woman show over here.
Well, yeah, thank you for the cash app.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Working from home, I'm on lunch break, so when I sit back down at my laptop, I will shoot over my cash app.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So I'm just calling to respond or comment. Not even respond, comment. I am not a Chrissy fan. Much like you, I watch at this point for a case study. Like Kells, I was at one point a fan. And what I want to see is the old Chrissy. I want to see the, day in the life of a mama. What is she now? What, 9?
Mm-hmm.
Those like the hair videos. At one point, she was a decent mother. She did things. I think really it's postpartum depression, and I'm no clinical psychologist, in my opinion. It's postpartum. And I think she's outnumbered. Like, that's a lot of children under the age of, 10?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
11?
Somewhere in that neighborhood, yeah. I think everyone's under 11.
Really,
everyone's under 11.
That's a lot. And so last night, I really think, I'm not hoping she was, but I'm just really watching to see, how far it's going to go. Last night just showed, like you said, she finally is accepting it. Like, she knew it, but now she's really settling in that this is her life. So, I have these children. He left me for someone else. But I really, at the end of the day, I feel sorry for her.
It's not a good situation. I mean, I'm sure some people out there are probably like, it's not, it's messed up. It really is. It's not cool. And I think as close as this closer this baby comes, then, it's, I think she took a lot of pride in having the sons. I think he's got daughters or something. So she has the boys, and there's 2 other ladies that have girls. Just from what I've heard her say, I feel like she's taken a lot of, she's proud. I mean, she's got a beautiful family. She's got really cute kids. And it is sad. This man has chosen to not be around. But are you surprised when he did that to 2 other people?
Yeah, and just like the girl he's with now, if he's a serial, I don't know. I have a best friend. She doesn't watch the channel. She's had a set of twins, and it's kind of like the same thing. Or I have a 2-year-old, and her twins are close to my daughter's age. And she's kind of going through the same thing where, he doesn't want to be a part of the children's life. You need, it's not okay. It hurts. But you need to accept it, and where do we go from here? Mm-hmm. And that's where I think Sissy's also at. It's setting in, she went from, I talked to the girl, to last night she said, he won't tell anything about me. But 2 days ago, you said you guys had it. When it first came, I knew about it. It was fine. Then 2 days ago, you were saying how you and her talked. Then last night, she knew something about me. So it's also the fact that she lies a lot, which, she kind of has to. She's putting on this persona, so she has to keep it up, right?
Right.
And like I said, it's just and then you don't have a job. We don't know. I don't think she has any multiple streams of income. So it's kind of like you have to get on here. And if you notice now, she's doing live. When's the last time we got a vlog from Chrissy? She keeps on jumping, doing these erratic videos, just really showing that she is unraveling. It's all coming down. Me, hopefully, I was so happy when I heard her mother in the background. Hopefully, now that her mom's back, she needs time. Everybody laughs about, she has 9 kids. She leaves them. What choice does she have? She's there in another state with her. I mean, it's hard.
Right.
I'm not a fan. I'm not taking up for her. I think she should do way better as a mother. But I also, the mom and me and the person, you really feel bad for her. And I just hope that she turns around.
Yeah, I mean, if she's just running to the grocery store and you've got a phone in the house and you're like, look, and you got CPI or whatever kind of security you have, and you can see everything around your house. And I'm like, look, I'll be back in 20 minutes. If anything, you call me and you hit this button. And then someone from the security company will, or whatever, or we're calling the, like, whatever, however she's got it arranged. Cool. But maybe to go out for drinks or whatever. And I'm not saying her, just anyone. I would not leave like a kid that young or a group of kids with the captain at the time, not even 12 or 13. That's like way too, and not having a bunch of like little ones who can also like help that other little one out with the babies or something. Yeah, it's not, a quick run to the store. A lot of people do that. But they're not all broadcasting to, hundreds of thousands of people, because she does have 2 channels and she has almost 200,000 people. And keep in mind, everybody's not a subscriber who watches. I could have a video that has 3,000 views and maybe I have like 50, let's say it's even 50-50. So 1,500 people were subscribed. And then 1,500 people were not. So even though my channel may have almost right at 2,000 subscribers, there's a lot of people who are watching that are not subscribed. And that's a lot of people to put yourself out to on Front Street. And let's just multiply that by 10 with Strong Mommy Chrissy. You know what I'm saying? Because she's got almost 200,000 people reach between 2 channels, that you're putting a lot of yourself out there. And I don't know that she's really grasping the magnitude of that amount of people knowing all your business.
Well, like I think the one live you did where when she faked, I don't think anybody called CPS. I think she went on a certain website, was reading comments, and she said, "Hey, let me get ahead of this. Let me throw them off my trail." I don't think they came. But in your video, as you walk through it, you were like, wait a minute, this is fake. This doesn't make sense. Everyone has their address. And she's saying, hey, I'm going to go to the store and then I'm going to go to the playground. Like, why are you telling people that you're leaving? You're a single female with all those children. And, hey, I'm leaving my house empty. Feel free to come break in. Like, it's her lies are now coming to surface. And
right. It's are we dumb? Are you dumb or you think we dumb? Because we're like, who does that?
I'm just trying to feel like, wait, what? And like I said, I used to like Chrissy, but what really not turned me against her, what turned me off to her, because I unsubscribed. Like now I just watch. Like you said, I'm not subscribed, I can go watch your videos. What turned me off was like I found myself saying, wait, what? Like she would say something and I'll watch another video, and then like for instance, the Marcus, when she said when they moved to Vegas, he was a mechanic, he transferred his job out to Vegas. And then when he up and left the first time, a month and a half, and so it's okay because I had access to all his money. I'm thinking, well, what job let you leave and come back like that? And then he did the second time. That's when I started questioning and really going back and analyzing her videos. Like I did that this weekend. She moves literally every pregnancy. Which is, I mean, if we count we all know how pregnancy and conception. If we count her children, it's like, I don't think Chrissy really had a chance to grow up. I think that's why she's so immature. Like, yeah, she's, I don't know, 28. But like mentally, she's really 28 because you've been popping out straight for 6 years. Like, I just keep her in my prayers. I watch her. I don't, I judge. I will judge. I'm just you. I judge how others see. But I don't bash. I'm not going to leave hateful comments. And it's disheartening when I see that on a certain website. People say to me, children are innocent. That's the hands they were dealt, and they're dealing with it.
You mean like the certain gossipy, chatty forum of which we don't call their name out?
Yeah, we're not going to call
we don't call that. No, we don't.
Comments are funny.
We don't speak on that.
They start bringing kids in. It's like, but once again, she has to put herself on display. If Chrissy simply scaled back and gave us some more of those, mom, like I said, now her mom's back. Now we might start getting the day out with mom, or the cook with me, clean with me, hair day. We may start getting more of those. But she's already set the precedence. If you go, like Tasha Marie says, if you look at her numbers, her highest videos are the ones of he left me, I'm pregnant, some female called. Like, that's what gets people
drama.
Yeah, but that's what she created. Because I can go to another girl that's 17 on her second pregnancy. And she doesn't have had that ratchetness, but her numbers are consistent.
Right.
She's a teen mom. So it's like people only really tune in, Chrissy, when it's you're screaming in your car, screaming, so you left me, he cheated.
Look, you have to be ready to change the narrative. You have to be, that's also managing your channel. And that's also deciding, you know, is my well-being, is this the future of my channel? I think that that's something that a lot of people make decisions. So instead of like working on Starla Omega, why not work on Strong Mommy Chrissy as a brand first? Because Strong Mommy Chrissy as a brand is like all over the place. Strong Mommy Chrissy, you know, like for instance, and I hate to use, okay, so even let's just say Maze Lee, because we've got a African-American mom, she's got a Asian husband, or even we talk about Tribe of Many with Sarah and Solo. We've got people who are basically squeaky clean. Does stuff come up? Recently, I've even seen Sarah like, you know what? I'm not having a good day. About a couple of months ago, there were a couple videos where Sarah was kind of like, she was prickly. She was like, you know what? I know some of you guys have noticed. I mean, I've just been having a hard time. But then she just moves on with her day. But I think she also had to get some things under control in her home regarding, like, she got that assistant some months ago. I think her kids are helping out a little bit more. They moved some furniture around. Her son is older now. He drives and does errands. I think she is incorporating more help because this is also a woman who doesn't like to ask for help. So she was feeling like, okay, I can't do this all by myself. And that's what I was saying about being a boss. Being a boss, you don't do everything. That's not being a boss. Being a boss, you don't do everything. You need to know when to delegate, and you need to know how to manage what is going on. And I think that, you know, focusing on Starla Omega as a brand is absolutely lunatic because Starla Omega has 1,000 subscribers. Strong Mommy Chrissy has over 100,000, and that's what's paying your bills. I mean, lady, if you want to focus on Starla Omega, you go right on ahead and you're going to run your channel in the toilet like your friend. Okay?
Speaking of friends, that's another thing that, in my opinion, that she doesn't have any real ones. I just had the twins mom. I just had to get in her ass the other day. Say, look, and I kept it real. It's coming from a place of love. It's not coming from a place of judgment. I'm not trying to tear you down, but as your friend, you need to hear this. And we've been friends since 7th grade, so here it is. She doesn't have that. She had the one with 2 kids that there were, you know, another one that, like I said, I went to her channel and it was like, nope, not watching it. Same thing. You don't have, then you have, you know, Jasmine, and I don't think Jasmine's slow. I think Jasmine settled for Philip, and he dropped 4 kids on her and is in jail, and here we are. I don't think she's slow. And then she has Jasmine, who is overwhelmed, depressed. She don't have anybody to really say, you know what, because I love you, I'm going to keep it real with you. You know, I don't got no more icing for this cake, so this is how it's raw and uncut, this is how it is. She doesn't have that. And if she did have someone, because you know this, I know about Chrissy a long time ago, she don't have any friends. My kindergarten best friend is on your channel, friend. I can probably, I don't know if she's in it right now. We've been best friends since kindergarten. I'm almost 38 years old. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have me A1 day month. I noticed that about her. Her family don't mess with her. Anytime someone's family, other than her mother, which does she have choice, because from what I saw her channel, her mother's been living with her since her oldest 3 were young. So other than her mother, she don't really have anything. There was supposed to be a brother that aired her out, and some of what he's saying is coming to light. So it's something within her. She's going to have to change herself first and then focus on YouTube. But she can't, once again, she can't take a break. Why? Because this is how she pays her bills.
Yeah, I mean, look, she can take a break from airing her dirty laundry. I mean, at the end of the day, look, this is the deal. I think she could lose people, like, let's say, I'm not going to say lose subscribers. Let's say there'll be people who lose interest, right? When you decide to change things, just like in everyday life, when you decide to change things, sometimes you lose friends, right? So if she all of a sudden starts to change her content and she's not like, well, she has started to change her content, and maybe there are people who are not watching, like the whole Starla Omega thing. Maybe some people are not interested in that. But if she starts to go back to what you knew, which is different from what people who have just come through started watching. They may be like, I like the drama. I like the juicy, detailed tidbits of what's going on. Some of those people may stop watching. They may come back. You know, people's tastes change, but she can drive the narrative. You drive the narrative. You manage your channel. You know, and I think that's what one thing that Chrissy also doesn't like about some of us folks that react on her channel is because we are also YouTubers. Some of her subscribers who talk and make comments, they don't know anything about managing a channel. I manage a channel. I have a channel. I'm talking to you right now. I can talk about lots of topics. I have a whole channel that has nothing to do with that woman. Okay. It's about me and what I do. Okay. And I know how to manage a channel. So when I'm talking as someone who, as a YouTuber, I think it burns to her when everyone's like, Chrissy, now you edited that video. Like, come on now. Do you really want to, not even so much like from your side of like, Chrissy, we can't really believe what you're saying. But when we're like, Chrissy, you put that whole thing together. You put that video together. You put that out there. So it's not just coming to her from a place of lies. It's also coming from a place of you created this whole narrative, boo. And what? So we're like, when we're talking to her, a lot of times we're talking in like as colleagues also, because we're doing the same thing. You might be doing it bigger. That doesn't mean you're doing it better. She doesn't like that.
She doesn't. She doesn't. Yeah. I mean, I started watching you after her meet and greet. I guess like the tag came up, and you were doing your hair, and you weren't caring. You were like, you know what? It started off. She walked in, and like you gave a nicer version, and you go and you watch the free actors and they're dragging her, but she was like, no, I think it's nice. And like even more like you don't tear them down, you just give your opinion, your reaction once again to what you're putting out there. Like with Liv, you said to Liv a couple times, I'm rooting for you and Gerard, but it's you. So that's why I watch you. I love.
Oh, thank you.
I am a fan. When I get back to my laptop, like I said, I'm gonna have to shove something down my throat for 10 minutes. When I get back to my laptop, I'll send you my CashApp.
Yes, please.
Friday on Fran, you need to coin like, what do you want to call us as your followers?
Well, I think I like loves or lovies because I think I use that all the time when I respond to comments. So that I don't know if that's corny, but I feel like it works.
Well, happy Friday, lovies, and I'll see you on my TV. In closing, and this is shade. This is shade. I watched Chrissy on my like bigger TV. Like,
yeah.
Like screen.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It shows her features. I'm not gonna say she's a pretty girl, but I think the makeup, less is more in that. I've never wore makeup. Never. I can't tell you anything about makeup. You need to take that makeup off. Like the one she did a live where she took an hour beating her face, and it was just like, for what? Gosh,
back in the day, some of those face beats she used to do were kind of like, whoa, ho, ho, ho. Oh, the eyebrows. Remember when people used to do the heavy Instagram eyebrows? Like like 2 pieces of black tape over their eyes. I mean, it was not, but
but going back to, I think she's doing that because she's trying to cover up since I like. She's going on like that. I'm that bitch. I can say when I hit unsubscribe, when she said that live to my and I'm gonna watch and y'all gonna pay for my body.
That's one of my favorites. Like if I had to do, which I'm gonna do that one day. I've got some like Chrissy. Sometimes I'm like, girl. And she's like, oh, y'all are fans. Okay, well, maybe I am. When she says, and I'm preaching to the hoes in the back, I'm just like, Chrissy, come on, seriously. But I'm like, oh, Pastor Chrissy's here. Sometimes I'm like, Prophetess Chrissy is on the scene. Sometimes it's Pastor Chrissy. Sometimes it's just, meek, mild, like mom.
That one live, she was terrified, and not to laugh at it, but like that was real. But when she was crying about her address,
oh my God! But why did she not call the police? I don't know if she called the police or not, but you were on live.
They're so predictable. Anything they do, they want recognition for, and that's one thing about her, Ming, Jasmine, and I barely watch Olivia, but I just can't. When they do something, they need, her calling the cops, that's going to get a lot of views. Like when she set it up for when she was getting evicted before. Oh, someone twisted the doorknob or moving. And it was like, well, but you didn't call the cops. Like, I would think if that happened, you're going to make a vlog out of it, right? Because that's going to get you some views. But once again, they only want to see when someone's leaving or she's pregnant.
Well, people forget. They forget, because do you remember back, Jasmine? This could have been almost 2 years ago now. She went live. She was in the bathroom. The kids were still in their room. She didn't have them like huddled with her. And she's like, someone just came into my place and they felt my butt. Do you remember that? She said someone came into her apartment. They felt on her butt. She was calling the police and she went live, and she also started vlogging it. But the kids were still in the bedroom. I was like, how'd someone break into your place, fill your butt, you decide to go live and vlog it, and we're supposed to be like believing this right now? Like, I was like, okay, people are in here talking about, I remember that. Yes. Someone felt on my butt.
I don't catch all. I mainly watch Chrissy. I don't catch all of Jasmine because, much like Reese says, I can't take the background. I can't. I have a 2-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 21-year-old. My kids are all 10 years apart.
Wow.
Yeah, Fran. Yeah. I can't do like when Jasmine was at the table and she did her mukbang. She did a mukbang of Chili's or Applebee's.
Yes,
like
I saw that.
They came and put the food on the ground in front of your door. That part. So she scooped on up on it and put it on her table. Put it from the floor in front of her which bowl onto the kitchen table. And because they always say, you guys have been asking, so who's asking for this, Jasmine? I want to see you do the kid. And this is not shade. Once again, I want to see her. I think it has something to do with her kid's diet. I want to see more hair videos, more, playground videos. But she's doing a mukbang, and Caitlin's sitting there on her phone. And she must have said 3 times, Caitlin, put your phone down. Mm-hmm. The 4th time she said it, Caitlin said, oh, I'm buying something. She said, oh, yeah, she's on Roblox. Well, I'm like, wait a minute.
Let me tell you something. When I say give me that phone, if I got to get to the second time, I'm already on my phone.
Why was it there?
Right. I'm already on my phone turning off the internet, and then I'm taking the phone. I'm like, okay, internet's already off, so you may as well just hand it to me. Like, don't you dare.
With Caitlin, that goes to because you make, and Chris, I'm against, like I said, I have a 20-year-old. I have 2 boys, my youngest is a little girl. Other than, like, when she was a baby, I had at the time, I think Gabe was 8, right? I said, I had to shovel snow. So I said, sit here. I got to go outside and shovel, so I'm having to yell out the window. Other than that, I don't task him with watching his sister. I don't task the 21-year-old with watching his 11-year-old brother. I don't get how you task, and then she wonders why she's so sassy, and people are like, oh, I will pop her. No, she's treating like she's grown, so she acts like she's grown. Where's the diaper? I got to change the twins. What? And so, they're right there. Cover up. Then they're always, like Reese said, they're always naked. It's always you're turning the camera, and she said, and somebody said, why is she changing her diapers? Oh, she'll be changing her diapers. And they were like, well, I guess this time somebody must have took their diaper off. Nothing. This is what bothers me about both of them. I don't watch Ming and I barely watch Olivia. Mm-hmm. Nothing that goes on in the background will pull them from the same camera.
Nothing. Not a whole lot. Not even a crime in progress will stop them from.
No.
Like
it's Fight Club.
Hey guys.
She said the one time, Caitlin had gave the kids a bath. Like nothing that one time Chrissy was in her bedroom, one of her famous bathroom ones, when she was talking to Blaze. I thought she was talking to Gucci. She come on saying, sit, get off, sit down. Oh, Blaze is in here because he's being bad. So I'm in PA. She's in Vegas. I think there's like a 3-hour difference. Mm-hmm. So it was, I guess, it was 11 o'clock where I was, or maybe 12. So it was late. It was late at night. Kids should have been in bed. So they're running around the background. She's doing one of her, her lives. They start Blaze on. So she brings Blaze in the bathroom, sits in the corner. Then Kingston comes to the door and says, I'm hungry. She said, oh, well, you should have ate your plate's down there, but you got to wait because I'm on a live.
I'm on a live stream. I'm busy. That day she said, I'm busy.
Yeah, like, why can't you take the phone and take it with you? And like, now it's okay, I'm getting food up. But more so,
girl, we've seen your house.
Why did he eat?
We've seen the house already.
Yeah,
It's too late. Like, we've seen it. It's okay now. You can walk around the house. We know the whole floor plan because homie showed it to us.
Yeah, then there's that. I mean, it's a lot of, it all goes down to she just needs, I'm doing really big on mental health. How are you? She just needs to go talk to somebody. And she needs some advice other than the birds that she's around in the same position. I mean, no one's trying to excel. If anyone out, everyone, Olivia's winning because we have the lashes that look presentable, which I think they're probably the same as Chrissy's, but Chrissy just, her presentation. But that was a rush job because remember her launch was May 1st.
Was it May 1st? And then it was June 1st. And then I think she got mad because I was like, Chrissy's is late. And then she rushed to get them out on the 5th. I'm sure I had nothing to do with, like, look, at the end of the day, girl, handle your business. But I don't understand how it was late. Like, you've had all this time and you're a stay-at-home, hustle from home mom. Like, what are you doing? I mean, you're reselling lashes. I think Reese said that the other day. She's not going to the factory and like picking out a quality of mink for the lashes. She's selecting from brands that are offering up inventory for resale. So you've picked your lineup, and I don't know. To me, if I were buying lashes, I want the lashes. I don't care about a little Strong Mommy Chrissy container, unless I don't know if that's the business with lashes. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't care about like that you spent a bunch of money on a custom case. I would want just a nice case, and I would want very good lashes. Because MAC has a sale right now, guys. Their lashes are $10. So right now, MAC's lashes are cheaper. And I don't know if I'm going to put a code too in the description box. If I refer a friend, you get $10 and I get $10. So I need to send that referral code. But guys, and also Sofa Time sells lashes too. So, check those out. But guys, like, I mean, if you guys want keepsakes, I mean, that's cool and everything, but I don't know. I'm not ordering. I won't be ordering. And I'm not saying don't order. That's just not my thing. You guys see, I don't wear lashes. I mean, I wear eyeliner on my top lid, but I don't wear lashes.
I am going to hit Kells up for candles, though. I did comment the other night and I fell asleep. When she was showing off her candles. So Kells, if you're watching, I am going to hit you up.
She's in the comment section right now. So thank you so much for calling, Frida.
Friday. You're welcome.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to do this every Friday. Freestyle Friday.
I know. I've been watching, but I had my little 2-year-old coworker who actually on Monday decided to pursue other endeavors and went back to school. Thank God. So
Corona has everyone living their best life. I mean, not, but I think Corona, even for those who have gotten sick and recovered, I think just this time has given a lot of people some clarity. You see what's going on in our world right now. People are just like, I'm not having it. And like, people are making changes in the world. I mean, this whole thing has really woken a lot of people up, even just in our own homes. A lot of change. So it's good. We've had time to actually think for a minute and not just do and be robots. So it's been pretty amazing. At least, I've been lucky and we hadn't suffered any sicknesses. So my heart's out to those who have, but it's been a life-changing time for me.
Okay, so it's 1:30. I got to jump off here.
Okay. Take care.
Love you. Happy
Thank
Friday.
you.
I'll talk to you Friday.
Okay.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
So guys, okay, so I have another cash app to give away. I'm trying to think of a good question though. So I'm going to be, gosh, I'm trying to think. Okay, I just thought of something. You had to have watched, I'm trying to think. I feel like, where did I get this number from? Okay. Does anybody watch Proud Mom of 12 in here? I'm sure you guys do. Like, we're all watching this stuff. Proud Mom of 12 watchers. If there's not enough, I'm not going to ask it. But any proud mother of 12, soon to be 13 children in here? If there is, I watched a video of hers this week, just started watching, and she said how far along she was. So I was thinking I might make that a question, but if not enough people know. Hi, hi, Kay, Pauline, is Amir? Hi, Jay Renee. Hey, everyone. Okay, let me think of a strong mommy, Chrissy, Olivia, Mommy Yana gang question. Proud mom of 20 kind of girl. That's possible. You see that Duggar family, that lady she had lots of kids. My Lord. Coco, you're right. Girl, Coco is like, Coco, you know these YouTube streets. You got that, girl. Hey, boo. Okay, let me think. Okay. Let me go through my notes. I'm just thinking of a question because we've got to do our next Cash App because we're almost at 2 hours, guys. And I need to get back to my family. I'm trying to win. And any of you guys who are not subscribed to me on my vlog channel, it is called Francoise Vlogs. Any of you who want to get to know me outside of this office, go ahead and hit over there. I post vlogs on Mondays. I do, lots of different hauls, handbags, grocery hauls. Not so much lately grocery hauls, but I cook throughout the week. So you guys get like recipe ideas. I don't like do cooking demonstrations or specifically cooking videos, but we just do like a little bit of whatever I feel like doing. It's definitely not a mom channel. It's definitely not a family channel. It's more so mom channel, me. You'll see my family around, but we're not up in here doing pranks and doing the most. It's really just me and just, me doing my mom thing around this house. But yeah, I guess, if anything, before we close it out, I just, I guess one of my main points today was really just talking about, oh, thank you, Shamak. I really appreciate that. Was just, accepting what is, right? And then from there, you can actually work. It's really, really hard to create meaningful change in your life when you are not accepting the truth, Like I was saying about even just Chrissy's channel, kind of making everything everybody else's fault is not like the reactors are not your problem. And I don't want to say she's her own problem, but yeah, that's really what it is. She has to make some changes in her life. If she never changes, it's still fine with me because I don't live with her. I just watch her channel. But if you're not happy, and this is anybody, if you're not happy in your life, you have to get real with you. You have to see what is going on that you're not happy with, what changes need to be made. Sometimes it's not just your job. Sometimes it could be your career. Sometimes it could be things that are going on in the house. Maybe it's just that you need more money. Maybe you need an outlet. Maybe, there's lots of different things that sometimes like we focus on changing the wrong things. So focusing and, making those changes, adapting and, doing the work basically, So that's just kind of what I saw last night with what was going on with Chrissy. And we'll see if she's really about it. But, when she says she's a boss, I'm just kind of like, girl, stop. You're not. And I want you to be. I want her to win because if she's winning, I'm winning, because I react on her channel. But to really be a boss, you have to do some work and not you know, what's going on right now is not necessarily boss moves. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it right there with that. I'm thinking of now, guys. Gosh, okay, so I thought of something else. If you guys are watching my reaction channel, this channel right here, Love Lies and Lace Fronts, and Sofa Time with Kels is one of my mods. She has a channel. Sofa Time and I did a video a couple of weeks ago, and we were reacting to another moderator in this chat's video of another YouTube mommy. Can you give me the name of that YouTube mommy for a Cash App prize? Coco! Oh my God. Coco, you can't, you got to email it, babe. Okay, I got something for you, Coco. Okay, all right. Okay, let me put my email address in here. So we're doing the same thing. We're emailing answers and we're not saying them in the chat. Coco, I'm gonna get you. Okay. Okay, now I gotta think of another question. Hold on. Let me put my you know what? We are going to play a for real game. I'm not playing with this. This is obviously you guys like this YouTube trivia, and we are going to. This is going to be a thing. Okay. See if y'all are watching and paying attention. Okay. Love Lies, Lacefronts at gmail.com. Go ahead, get your emails loaded up. And if you guys are okay, well, I'm going to put a link in my description box. If you guys want to sign up for my mailing list, please do. That way when I mail stuff out or I update my blog, I did add a Love Lies and Lace Fronts like private page to francoisvlogs.com. So if you go to my website and go all the way down to the bottom, there is a page. It says Love Lies and Lace Fronts. And if you click on it, you're going to have to put a code in, and it's capital L, capital X3. So it's LX3. So any of you guys watching right now, you can get in there. There's nothing posted yet, but there will be. So sometimes if I'm like, okay, y'all, I posted the pictures, that's where it's going to be. So that way or I posted something interesting for you guys. I'd like for you to go see it. That's our little spot. Okay. So, and I tried to make the code easy. So it says LX3. Go check it out. And when you go to my website, you can sign up for my mailing list. And when I update the blog or I add something to the LX3 reactions page, you'll know. But also if I put up another blog post, you'll know. And then there's just some more stuff that I'm posting and doing, blogs that I've written, things like that. But let me think of another question. I'm going through my videos right now and seeing what was what. Okay. So there's not in the comments, guys. There's a very popular song right now that I named my live after this week. Well, I guess this live too, not this live. What was it? So go ahead and email me if you know the name of one of my lives this week that was named after a very popular song. And you will get a $25 Cash App. Coco, yes, you could go on Family Feud. But we're going to be doing Dysfunctional Family Feud up on here because I'll still be asking some questions. Hey, Danielle, I was shocked she was pregnant with number 3. Girl, I kind of wasn't. I was like, okay. She's just one of these, she's just someone who's going to have a lot of kids. She looks very young to me, though. I mean, I'm just kind of like, how old is she? Not that, obviously, she's old enough to have 13 kids, but my Lord, she doesn't even look 30. She looks very young. I mean, however old she is, she looks good. And somehow I get North Carolina vibes. She reminds me of a good friend of mine. Actually, just her facial, her look. She looks like a friend of mine. 13 kids is a kindergarten. 13 kids is 2 basketball teams. They can actually play. They can play against each other. Always having 30 kids, but never have a man, a ring, or nothing. Yeah, I mean, guys, yeah, exactly. It's not, I think why some people feel like they're not happy because of some of these situations that they've gotten in is because they decided like to not, they made some decisions to kind of go against what they really, really wanted. I can tell you this. I know that for me, me and my husband, we had our daughter before we got married. And what I can tell you is this. So she was a little bit over 2 when we got married. But I was at a point in my life that I wanted a baby. I wanted a baby, and I wanted a baby with him. I was ready to kind of like whatever happens, happens. But I knew I wanted a child, and I knew I wanted it with him because I loved him. And I knew things would work out. And, I always tell my husband, I always appreciate the fact that he came through on his promises, because I know that there's people out there that make lots of promises and they don't deliver. But my husband, for me, did that. And I appreciate that every day, because we did have a kid before we got married. And I was taking a risk, but I also knew in my heart that I was destined to be a mom. And even if it was only going to be one child, which is what it's ended up being, that I was going to be okay with that, because I had a good enough job, and I knew that I could support myself and my daughter, or whatever child we ended up having, with him or not. And I had friends that were like, "You're crazy. Why would you do? You guys aren't married. Are you kidding me? You're trying for a baby, or you guys are having a baby, or you're pregnant." And then I learned, I stopped talking about it. And when it happened, they were happy for me. When I told my parents, they were happy. And I was also very grown. So there was really nothing that anybody could say or do that was going to make me feel differently about the decision that I had made. And also, we were on our way to getting married at that, by the time she came. So let me check my email. Let's see if anyone answered. Okay, so we got 3 responses. My crafty corner. So this live is Savage, and that's right, but I said not this live. And Micah, you did answer correctly, but Wilma, you answered first. So Micah was at 144, and Wilma was at 143, and then My Crafty Corner, you were at 142. But Wilma was the first right answer, and it was Tootsie Slide. I hope you guys don't mind me showing that. So it was Tootsie Slide, and that is correct. You guys are so awesome. You guys are amazing, and this is so much fun. Okay, Wilma, can you please respond with your Cash App, please? And I'm so glad we're doing it this way, so I can't even be accused of being biased or anything. It is what it is. It's in here. But Wilma is one of my is Wilma? Hold on. I don't want to misspeak. Wilma, I know, is following me on my other channel. And hold on just one second. But yeah, guys, also, if you don't know about this too, any of you out there, anyone watching in the replay, first, please like this live. Definitely, it helps me. It gets my channel in rotation here on YouTube, and it helps me grow my numbers. Second, Don't forget to subscribe. Also, I am anyone out here who is looking to start a YouTube channel. You have a YouTube channel. It's not growing like you want it to. You're kind of like, gosh, how do people do those thumbnails? Francoise was talking a lot about managing your channel and managing your brand and, kind of, talking about it like it's a business. And I want to learn some of that. Well, on my other channel, let me show you. Francoise Vlogs. You can come over there and you can join. I have a membership right now that is $9.99. It's not going to be $9.99 forever. But it's $9.99 because I really wanted an opportunity to work with a lot of you guys, meet a lot of you guys, and really just help what I've been able to learn, what I'm bringing to the table from my background in business and working in corporate America, to give you some insights and help you along, to help you on your YouTube journey. I don't have the biggest channel, but I do have 2 channels that I am working simultaneously that are both monetized. And I would love to be able to give you an opportunity that if you need a coach, you need some motivation, you need someone to hold you accountable, you need some information, you want to know, how do I do this? We'll be doing a live once a week that's members only. I'm also putting out content specific to the group on things that I think are important for people who are developing a channel. If you have a mature channel and you want to talk about other things, business-wise, maybe, this forum probably won't be for you, but certainly you can always reach out to me and we can always talk about other things. But if you have a channel and you want to grow a channel, you are, you need some help, some encouragement, let me know. Go on over to my other channel. You can join the membership, or if you want to just support me over there, which also supports me over here, there's an all-star membership for $1.99. So that is that on that. So I appreciate you guys so much for coming through and spending some time with me today. We're going to get these Cash Apps out. And I think last week, I posted it on Instagram, but all Cash Apps were received by all 4 winners. Last week, we did 4 winners. This week, we're just doing 2. But next week, I'm sure we'll do 2 again. I'm going to try to stick with that because I think it's fun. So, and if you guys enjoyed this, please go ahead, like this live, share this live, tell your friends about what's going on over here on Fridays, and we will do this again. I'm sure I'll be back at some point. If something happens, I'll come back. But I'll be back on Monday for sure, Fridays for sure. I'm thinking I probably will just go right into Wednesdays and try and do this like 3 times a week. So, because I do enjoy talking to you guys, but 2 hours is such, it's kind of long, but as stuff comes up or you guys have something for me, send me an email. And if I need to come on here and talk to you guys, I will. So, and now we've got the call-in working, so we are good. So I appreciate you guys so much. Unless anyone has any questions for me at this time, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So let me, just going to check real quick. I appreciate all of you guys coming. Thank you, Latoy. Thank you for mentioning that. Shamak, thank you, guys. Jandamom 11, thank you. So yeah, lovelieslacefronts@gmail.com. And also too, guys, my information is on the page. So when you go to the About page, you've got my Cash App, my PayPal, my email, my Instagram. I think I've got my Facebook on there. So like the 5 most kind of like, hey, I want to send Francoise a tip. Hey, I want to send her some tea. Hey, I've got a question, or, whatever. You can reach me. Just go to the About page, all the information you need. And also on the top banner, on the right-hand side of the top banner, you see those little icons. If you click on those icons, those are active links. Go ahead, go to those links, and those links will take you exactly where it says it's going to go. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for chilling with me this afternoon. I'm going to go see what my family's up to, get something to eat, and hopefully I'll have some videos out later. It's just been, a tough week trying to get everything going, and then, doing these long lives kind of takes me a little bit away from doing some videos, but I will get some videos out to you guys very, very soon. See you later. Bye. Thanks, Taisha. Bye. See you later. Have a good weekend.